A lot of people who contact New Leaf Family ask us about what we would do if their divorce is uncontested, and they use those words. And so I want to take a minute to talk about uncontested versus contested divorces, because I think my spouse will agree to everything that I'm suggesting. While some folks think of that as an uncontested, it's not. Uncontested divorces are divorces in which you and your spouse have come to terms on everything about the divorce. If there are children, you've come to terms as to parenting time, as to who makes decisions for the children. You've come to decisions about child support. If there are considerations of alimony or marital support, you've made decisions and come to agreement on that. If there are assets to distribute, if there's a house to sell or other assets to distribute, you've agreed on exactly what those distributions are going to be. If there are debts that need to get paid, you come to an agreement about who is going to be responsible for which debts and who's going to pay them by when. If you are agreed on all that stuff, that's an uncontested divorce. If you're agreed on only some of them, unfortunately, that's not. But what's good is that even though that might be a contested divorce, having agreement on a few items really helps facilitate the process of getting agreement on everything else. And that's something we really focus on at New Leaf Family. So whether your case is uncontested or contested, what we're going to do is look for areas of agreement and work to get your case resolved through a negotiation whenever possible, a mediation when necessary, and only when absolutely necessary through a trial in court. Why? Not because we're afraid to go to trial. We are actually all trial lawyers, and we do really well in front of the courts, and we will represent you really well with them. But we know that a resolution that is determined by what you want and what you can agree on with your spouse or your former spouse is going to be a much better resolution than turning it over to a judge, no matter how fantastic the judge, who's going to get to know you for 2 hours or 4 hours and then make a determination about your children and your assets and your debts and your life. The two best people to make those decisions are usually you and your soon-to-be former spouse. And that's where we focus our energy. If that doesn't work, we'll get your back in court.